and everything in there, because you have to travel to get to the reunion, people have to make sacrifices. I used to put I used to start my $10 a week in the envelope the week after I got back home from the reunion. So that, but if you don't have something like that, how you going to pay for the hotel on the, for the 3-day weekend? You know, and how you going to travel? How you going to get there? What do you do about the kids that are in school? Because schools used to start after Labor Day, but now they start before Labor Day. So, you have to deal with, I have to leave thinking about the kids in school and get back so they can be in school on Tuesday. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to deal with in this just being a family structure and pulling it together. So that's all. And he upsets me because he doesn't say anything, and he says the same thing every time, talking about action, and we need to be together. And his behavior is not a together behavior. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Let's blow it out, right? Like, blow it out. Maybe get some a little stiffer than ginger beer. Be like, nah, kid. We got them cousins in the building now. If you need a little, y'all know now. Yeah, all right. She said, no, it's seriously ginger beer. All right.
Okay.
And I just got tea in my cup. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Later.
Later. Thank you for sharing. And just in case y'all didn't see, we put up a second poll. Make sure that you answer that one if you can. It's a wealth poll, so a good conversation there. So, John, we'll let you in. Take it whichever poll, whichever direction you want to take it, good brother.
Okay. Well, first of all, before I answer, Freddie, I want to thank you. I've bought a lot of your products, usually with my grandchildren, great grandchildren. Probably the biggest thing that I've learned from you, I mean, it's like changed my life and my children's life, was the presentations, and I'm taking them classes on artificial intelligence. I mean, that stuff allows us to be competitive in the world. I mean, it's just phenomenal what you can do. But what I wanted to talk about, my family, people are talking about family. I have a cousin who's 109. He's the oldest living Tuskegee Airman and the oldest Alpha right now.
Wow.
Okay. And we have large family reunions and people come, but people notice as generations go on, things sort of die down. But I spent most of my life, I was one of the founders of an organization called the National Black Holistic Society. And I started that with Hakeem Matabuti, who lives in a suburb of Chicago, and a brother named David Hall, just retired as the president of the University of the Virgin Islands, which most people don't know is HBCU. But in the 80s and 90s, we used to bring the top Black speakers together for retreats 3 times a year. You name them, we had them, from Naeem Akbar's, Maya Angelou, Angela Davis, you name it, we had it. But what I've begun to learn, because I'm a Black nationalist and a Pan-Africanist, our community traditionally is communal, but this country is based on rugged individualism. But what has happened and what I see happening now in future generations is that the youth have incorporated or been brainwashed to now they believe in rugged individualism. And so that's why we see people will sell out the community for a few dollars. And so our biggest threat right now, and I see is for us as a people, isn't even white supremacy. It's rugged individualism. Because even if we defeated white supremacy, rugged individualism will force us to sell each other out. So that's my concern.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And thanks for being a customer. And I'm glad you're getting benefit out of the AI thing. I got some more stuff coming, man. We got a lot of good stuff cooking, but that it's so AI is so powerful, particularly for the youth and the future. You nailed it with your comments. But yeah. But that yeah,
Yeah,
we
you good, sir,
definitely
Tommy?
gotta get a lot of this together. We got a lot of work to
Okay,
do
I'm doing fine. I'm doing
as a
fine.
people in the community. Miss Laura, I think I got you up
I'm
next.
shocked. Traffic called me like
A couple of
12:30
y'all
noon.
haven't participated in
He is
the
sporting
wealth
yesterday.
poll. So if you could make sure that you drop your questions in there, I'll close that up in a minute. I missed the AI session. Oh, Adela, how did you miss that? We got to figure that one out for you, Tamiko. But all right, Sister Laura, can you come back in? And I guess I should start saying, like, if this is your first time, let us celebrate you for joining, and then let us know where you're from. But I believe you're in Philadelphia. Is that right, Laura?
No, I'm in Oakland, California.
Where did I get that from, Lord? Okay.
This is my second this is my second time, and I think great minds think alike because we've been doing Sunday dinners out here for years. Um, and I'll talk to you offline about how we can with merge with what you're doing.
Oh, excellent.
Uh,
Excellent.
the sister that was talking, I think her name was Cecilia, she touched a nerve with me because I'm 3 generations from the plantation.
Hmm.
And we grew up in the Midwest, born in the Midwest. My family was from Mississippi, deepest Mississippi. And we came to California, which was the land of milk and honey for us. A single mother with 5 kids. I was, I think, third or fourth grade. And I grew up here in first San Francisco, and the last few years I've lived in Oakland, which is right over the bridge. And the thing that struck me is that we are definitely losing a lot of our oral history and our connections. Um, Last Monday, my brother died.
Hmm.
He and I were the last of the siblings. We were 2 years apart, um, and we were close, but we'd grown apart physically over the last few years. He had moved overseas to live, and it was very, very shocking for me. Just a real blow because although we never talked about it or discussed it, it's not the kind of thing you sit around Sunday dinner and talk about. But I think for me, it was always in the back of my head because I got very sick with COVID. I had long COVID. So I started thinking about my mortality. And I don't think he did. Um, I think he did make uh, financial plans for himself and set up a will a few years ago because he had a lot of assets. But what it's done is kind of brought up this sense of isolation that I've experienced for the last few years. My older siblings' children are spread out over the country, and uh, I used to host the meals and all the family get-togethers at my house. And they went away to college and got married and just we grew apart. All of us did. And this last week, I've been having a lot of that conversation. There's a lot of cousins who don't know each other. I'm close to
Hello.
this one.
Hello.
Ella, can you mute? Okay, continue, Laura.
So I'm close to some that are here um, on the West Coast and some that are on the East Coast and some that are still down south. And in talking about my brother and the family, I realized that we don't know each other. You
Well,
know,
that's sad.
everybody was really moved because yes, they know my mom and her generation, and they were very close. You know, very, very, very close. There were 7 sisters and a brother, cousins who all grew up down south and came up during the migration. And West Coast people kind of got lost by the way. East Coast is still really, really tight. And they had family reunions for years and years. But everybody's aging now. You know, people are on walkers, and we've got more hip replacements and knee replacements than we really, really to show out for the knees and the hips in my family. If one person isn't having a hip replacement, they're having a knee replacement. And then, of course, there's the dementia and the Alzheimer's. And so that's kind of kept the family. That and the other part, I'm gonna just throw this in here because it's real for me,
Mhm.
and that is that this lack of unity and community in the Black diaspora is intentional. It
Great.
was set up years and years and years and years ago before I was even born to keep the Black families apart, to destroy the Black people, and to create the genocide that we're seeing now. And if we can keep the Black families separated, keep the family structure, the traditional family structure, and the African continental community structure,
Mhm.
keep that broken,
Yeah.
then
So
we
we gotta
lose.
figure out ways to come together, and I think spaces like this is important. I'm sorry, sister, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
That's
we
okay.
got a long program. We got a long. It's a lot more conversation coming. I promise. I promise. I want you to finish. I didn't want to end it for you, but I do.
Well, I just wanted to say that we need to keep in mind that in order for the reversal of the genocide and the bringing the family structure back, it's incumbent upon us individually, as I think Sister Cecilia said, that we have to make the effort to reach out to people, and everybody in the family don't like everybody, and this one don't like that one, and don't tell this one my phone number, and yada yada yada. But when it comes down to it, the skin folks, the kin folks, you know, those are the people that we're gonna all have to come together and link arms and
Mhm.
trudge the road to happy destiny together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And sorry to hear about your family's loss. That's always tough to hear. But you got a good mindset. Sounds like you're trying to weave the family back together. And I think there are a lot of trauma. It's a lot of trauma in our families, right? We got a lot going on and a lot to deal with, to say the least. Um, Boy, when she said, "Don't give this one my phone number," boy, that like like hit me in the side right there, boy, because I think we all got them cousins. Um, at that. So, all right, we got the wealth poll up. I see we are leaning towards number one for stocks and real estate and business and investing and that type of thing. Dr. Anita, you are up. You can
Yeah,
either poll wherever you at. I got one more poll coming.
I'm
That
at the family thing. In terms of like what Laura and Miss Cecilia were talking about, in terms of them going back to the fact that I think our family structure is where the biggest issue is happening right now. I'm in Texas. Most of my family is in Alabama, some is in Virginia, some is in Arizona, some is in Florida, things like that. But I am blessed to say that though we do have our drama and things like that, there are ways that we're using because we're getting older, like you're saying, the hip replacements and all these other things are going on and the dementia that we can't always get together for our family reunions and things. But what we are doing is using technology to its best. We have family group chats, we have group texts, we have Zoom calls, we have FaceTime, we have the people that aren't on um, technology and so forth. Like my mom, she doesn't even know how to send a text. I give up. But what we do is my nephew will go over to her house and any pictures we're sending or whatever, he'll share them with her. But the key is use the technology available to us to keep our family strong. Don't let distance be a reason for us not keeping our family unit strong. Even if they don't want her to have the phone number and everything, have someone who does have the phone number. Still keep her in contact with what's happening with the family. I mean, just this week, I've lost three cousins, and I'm like, because we're getting older. And it's like, we've had three funerals this week, and it's been traumatic. And me being a widow myself and understanding the need to keep the family unit strong, it's imperative that we don't let anything, any outside forces interfere with that. Work as hard as you do on your family, as you do on your job and on your looks and on your health and on all those other things that are important to you, because family too is important. Like she said, our skin folk, our kinfolk, it's important. Use whatever resources are available to you. And for those of us who have the treasures and so forth of our family, and that the young people don't know about, send it to them. You know, every couple of weeks, send them a picture of great grandma when she did this. Tell them about the history, even though they're not here to face see it. Use the technology available to you to still give them that message. Start little group chats, start like your own little, I don't know what they call it. Now I want to say TikTok, um, YouTube, whatever resources available to you to get the message out to the kids. I mean, on any given day, I send my kids a scripture, I send them a quote, I send them a video or whatever, just letting them know what's important to us as a culture and to us as a family.
Mm.
But use the technology available to you. Let's not let any reason be an excuse for us not keeping our family strong. That was what I was going to say.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. As usual, we appreciate you. Uh, Yana.
Hi, you got it. I have a cold, so I apologize. This is not my normal voice, but I really wanted to hop on here because I had ordered those flashcards and I gave it to all the kiddos in my family for Christmas, and I thought it was a very brilliant idea to kind of get that out there. I am actually from the Caribbean, so I did see that drink that Sister Cecilia brought up, and I was like, yes, for the ginger beer. Um, and I just wanted to say this is a space that I have been longing to find. Being a person from the Caribbean and an immigrant woman, oftentimes we stay in our little cliques. You know, we don't really adapt to or necessarily connect with the Black American experience. And I think it's especially important for us to understand that we are all impacted by this and our existence in America, we're sharing that experience as well. So there's like that break in our connection where we have folks from different groups that are not really understanding that all these policies and all these things really do impact Black people everywhere, right? And in addition to that, I just wanted to, based on what I've heard other people saying, is that we've lost some of our compassion because mental health is strong in this issue because a lot of people are isolating themselves. And I think it got exacerbated with COVID, that people are isolating and no one's reaching out because everybody has their burdens to bear. But like Dr. Anita said, you know, use the technology to our benefit and just disregard all that. Don't share my number, blah, 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 and share the number, reach out, call, because, you know, my dad has done the same thing. He's self-isolated and we don't allow him to, unfortunately. And it it makes a difference. And I think that's some of what we're losing as a group, as a collective, is just having compassion for each other. So I just wanted to add that piece. And I'm again very grateful that you guys started this community.
Excellent. Well, thank you. We definitely enjoy you being here and connecting, right? We just put up the diaspora poll. I'd love to get all of your feedback on that. Kalanda, come on into the discussion, please. Oh, and
Yes.
please let us know, first time, where you from, all that good stuff. I forget. I think about it after the person goes, but one of these days I get together. I'm sorry, Kalanda, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to say that I've actually found people that's outside of my family more, because blood is it's not it's important, but it's not the greatest importance because people outside of the family tends to be more of family than anything in my perspective. I don't know. I just found family members just toxic, to be honest. The only one that I love dearly is my mom
Well, I
and my
hope the family
sister
ain't on here.
and my sister. So that's how I feel about it. And another thing, when my mom deceased or before, they wasn't there. She was battling. She had just battled a heart attack. Um, she was battling dementia, which I didn't have any experience about. Um, so it was kind of hard. It was very hard dealing with that because everybody else is, in Chicago and other parts of, you know,
Mm,
different states and things. So I don't know. I just felt like they just want to find out information about you just so they can just talk about you. So
wow.
that's my insight about that.
I'm sorry to hear that. And thank you for sharing. I think her story highlights we hurt. Like we got a lot of wounded people and trauma in our families. Um, I'm always trying to be funny, Kalanda, so sorry about my inappropriate humor, but y'all know
Oh, you're fine.
grandma told me I'm funny, so but we're hurt though, man, we're hurt. So that's why I like this space to be open and like so that we can have conversations. But that's why it's also we got to protect it, right? And make sure that we have compassionate people in here because if we're going to start working together, if we're going to start doing things together collectively, we got to get along. Right. And I mean, we ain't got to agree on everything, but we got to be respectful. There needs to be a warm sense of community that like, okay, I might disagree, but at the end of the day, we all share the same values and we're moving in the same direction. So I promise to do better in protecting the space because this is like a really sensitive area and people are sharing things that they might not share with their friends. So I definitely think we got to protect it. I think Sister Gwen being here will be important moving forward and getting like some of our therapists in here. I believe conversation is how we start the revolution, right? Or we start moving towards our involvement. Not that the revolution ever stopped, right? But start moving because we got to get over our stuff, right? We're gonna give you the PG version. I'll catch me on Sunday dinner after dark. I'll tell you what I really think. No, I can't help it. I can't help it. It's that humor in me. But yeah, it's just a lot going on in our families. So my comment to you, Kalanda, directly is if you feel that way about the family's present state, just make sure that the next generations come through and create the atmosphere that you're looking for, right? So the onus is on you. You can learn from this. You can try to interact with those that are already inside of the family, but just ensure that those next generations got a blueprint, got some ideology, understand that we need to know one another, work together, love on one another. Um, because all it takes is one person. Right. Once you get it right, that chain that becomes a thing for the children. They're gonna follow you, right? So if you're setting the tone, hey, this is how we act, right? This is our code of conduct. This is what we stand for, right? So Yeah, and then so I put the challenge on you, right? This is an opportunity to change the direction of your lineage and your family. And there's some ancestors in your chain that's been waiting on you, right? To be cognizant of this and say, enough is enough. This is crazy work that we out here doing. We fighting against each other. We supposed to, and I tell my boys, I don't care how much y'all fighting. If somebody else show up, it's y'all against them, right? I don't want to hear that. Like, so we gotta start closing ranks around our family. But just know you gonna keep aging, and you go hope that this next generation got it. So be the change. Be the change while I'm carrying on. I'm about to get on. Y'all, yeah, Dr. Nita, I blow my screen up, boy, and I get to going. But all right, Brother Charles, come on into the discussion. What are your thoughts? Okay, and 75% of y'all has participated in this poll. Please, please, please drop your thoughts. Come on in, Brother Charles.
Yeah, I agree with a few people I've heard thus far. I'm of a certain age now. As I said, I've been retired for just over a decade. I just got back from Cuba in a group art exhibit. And as to your last poll, education is key. Self-education, as well as the next generation, as well as those on your particular generation. If folks don't want to listen in your family or on your generational level, your peers, keep it moving. We don't have much time. And in light of where we are socially, politically, here in America and in the world, I think it's now or never for us, even for the young. So, I just wanted to add that little bit. I understand the Caribbean and African American situation, African American meaning, those whose generations are here in the United States in particular, because actually Caribbean, United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Central America, it's all the Americas. Mm-hmm. We are African Americans. Of what America are you talking about? Most of us would say United States. But like I said, there is a North, South, and Central America. So which America are you talking about? Do we have to speak Spanish or Patois or Creole to understand that, hey, Haitians, so hey, Caribbean, that's a different America. Geographically only.
Right.
All right, that's all I have to say.
I love it. Thank you for participating, good brother, and welcome back. Right. Sister Juliet.
Hello.
Hello.
This is my first time coming in, and I did buy your cards for my grandchildren.
Excellent. Thank you.
And so I'm new at this, so people bear with me. But the last poll, when they were saying what was most important, I kind of checked the economics, because I feel in this day and age, all the things that are happening and being taken away, no one is coming to save us but ourselves. And so I've been working recently with an organization. We are in the process, we're working with the diaspora in Africa, several countries over there, but we're also building a cultural center here in Michigan. I forgot to tell you, I'm from the Detroit, Michigan area.
Okay, what up, though?
And we almost made it. We almost did. It wasn't for lack of trying.
I know that's right.
But because as you see in the news and what's happening, they're trying to erase our history. So the purpose of this cultural center is to preserve our history. And inside of it, it will actually be a library for all the books that are being banned. And we have to take action as a people. I always tell people, no one's coming to save you. You better save yourself. And so that's what we've been working to do. And when I saw this on Facebook the other day, I said, let me just tap in and see what this is about, because we're always looking for like-minded people to corroborate with. And in fact, we were on a call yesterday. We're getting ready to roll out our pre-launch for a cryptocurrency coin, and it's not a Bitcoin, it's a utility coin, and that has connections to other things besides someone's pocket. It's not a pump and dump. So these are the things that we're looking at doing and trying to leave a legacy. Like most of you on the call, I'm a senior, but I'm looking to leave a legacy for my children and my grandchildren. And so I just wanted to say thank you for having me on the call, and I will be following it. We're very, very busy right now because our pre-launch is coming up and then the launch, but I do admire what you're doing here. Thank you so much.
Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate you joining us and feeling comfortable enough to participate, right? Like I love it when our people get into participating with us. This is the results of the diaspora poll. All right, so education and knowledge of our shared history, right, seems to be the majority. I see some economic concerns. There's always a lot of that in our community. That's pretty, it's been pretty insightful, right? Just having those three polls. Oh, let me screenshot that. Yeah, we're always trying to learn and grow. Like, what is it that our community want, need, and all of that. Okay. Woo! Like that was a lot right there, right? Like there's a lot going on in the community. Y'all see, I had to put that timer up. I'm like, let me stay on point, right? Like so so my wife is having a book launch today. And so I'm out of here. I gotta run, eat on the way, and then I turn into worker boy, right? Like I'm in the back. I gotta like grandma really got me in the basement doing work out here, right? So I gotta make sure I show up. And she's always showing up and supporting what we do. So you know, you gotta show up for the people that show up for you, right? And if I don't, it's gonna be a problem, right? So no, so that's why I'm like on the strict timer, right? And I like literally need to leave the house like 5 to 7 minutes after we jump off of here. So yeah, Kalanda, I thought I saw, okay, you did come back in, did you? I thought I saw another hand up, somebody wanted to jump into the conversation. But what are your thoughts on how do we bring all of this together? Because I hear the hurt in our families, I hear the pain, I see the concern. We obviously got concerns over the cash and the money and what are we going to pass down. And I love the conversations around, building that community out, like bringing us together. This is literally why I think history is the center of all of this. Because when you understand and you appreciate, the previous generations, you just move differently, right? And that's really, I think, the point of opportunity that we have here going into this Black History Month, right? Black History Month, the second month of Black History Year. We're gonna keep that going, right? I'll keep that going. But I want to share something with you. I don't know if y'all seen this. Oh, Sister Gloria, come on into the discussion before I make a left turn on us. You're muted. Can you unmute? There we go.
I mean, I appreciate all the things that have been said, but I'm in support of education and economics. And I'm just reminding of how much the Black community galvanized millions and millions of dollars.
I know where this goes.
For Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
And that spoke to me about how can we galvanize and get unified in such a way. Same goal, we still have our own personal goals, but same goal so that we can begin to feel our power. That's my comment.
I love it too. I love it too. 'Cause I saw that money being raised. I got it. Y'all. Hey, Miss Gloria, you knew you not knew you not new to grandma's house, but you know you knew to me, right? I've been a cousin that ain't been around, and I saw him raising that money. I'm telling you, I rolled my eyes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I rolled my eyes because that Democratic Party ain't been saving us, and I'm not saying I ain't voting for Trump, I ain't on none of that. I just, if we can raise money for a politician, to Sister Gloria's point, then all these ills that we say we ain't got enough money for in our community, we clearly do, right? We clearly, they organize, what is it, like $55 million in like a night or something?
Power. That's power we
That's
don't recognize. And the question, I mean, it gets back to what Dr. Lewis was talking about, the unity within our families. That's that. How do we make that through the ideas that she suggested? How do we make that so that we can bring that force into our own backyard, into our own a Sunday brunch, a Sunday dinner? How do we do that? How do we do that? I mean, can we as a group, is that something that we can do within the perspective of this group, that we can begin to use that, recognize our power in that way and see it? We can see it because you can see what we did. Right?
Yeah, I love it, right? Because to the sister that was saying, ain't nobody coming to save us, right? Like I wanted to say, welcome home, right? Because it's like you just didn't know that you found your home, but like literally, that's what we talk about most Sundays, right? It's like, look, we got to do this work because ain't nobody coming to save us, right? Like, listen, but here's the good news, right? We're capable of solving our own issues. We've only done it ever since we've been on the planet, right? So when we start to believe in ourselves, we'll start to activate on those things, which is really, really important, right? Nobody's coming to save us, but fortunately, we don't need that. We don't need nobody. All we need is us. We're ready, and we're capable of doing that. We had the AI discussion earlier, and there's a phrase, right? Like I'm using my book and TED Talk is coming, y'all. Like I'm cooking. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. I'm gonna mention it every weekend till I get it done. But African intelligence is the original AI, right? Like we're worried about this technology that's coming out, but like our brains, our people, our community, our diaspora is a beautiful thing, and it's always been the beacon of the world and civilization. And the quicker we recognize that again, the quicker we can start to activate and solving our own issues. So we definitely are. We the ones we've been waiting for, right? So we just need to keep building this little powder keg in here, right? And having these discussions and coming together and building out a format. I had some other stuff I wanted to share with y'all, but I want to drop something on y'all. Quick introduction. I don't got my links. Tamiko, I'm all out of whack, right? But I want to introduce, we literally got the solution, right? Like all of this stuff we talk about, I be being shy. I've been playing small. I keep telling y'all that. But we ain't got time for that, right? So like all of these conversations that we're talking about, bringing the family together, getting our economics together, understanding our history, we put together a ultimate legacy building formula, right? So this is our next offering with Urban Intellectuals. I wanna go ahead and drop the link. I want to share it with you so you can see it. I don't have no real pitch or anything because we are early. So this is just for the people that's like, if Freddie and Urban Intellectuals is getting down, I want to be a part of it. Because one, I know the first time they offer it is going to be the most affordable time and the price is going to go up, right? But we put together this bundle, right? So we're going to create wealth, honor our heritage, and build our family's future with our Sankofa Circle and our memberships into our Sankofa Circle and the Sankofa Club, right? So basically, here's what we're offering, right? I think here's a nice quick overview, right? So family wealth building, we talked about the economic piece. How can your family build wealth together, right? So we're bringing together experts to build out a plan for you and your family to do that, personalized action plans for the family that we're building in. We're talking about somebody, I said the keeper of the tree. That was interesting, right? But putting together your family tree, building out a personal crest for your family so that you can start to instill these values into the next generation and much, much more. And then, of course, membership into our Black History classes for adults and children to continue to build that out. It's a lifetime membership. We're rolling it out at $3,500 for a lifetime membership, but today it's $1,000 off. It's going to be $2,500. If you click that link, you'll see a coupon and drop it. I am going to do a formal presentation on Tuesday where I detail out everything that's involved inside of here. But if you're interested and you like rock with us, you can go ahead and click the link and join us. You can read through it. You can see what's in there. But I wanted to make it available. I promise on Tuesday, it ain't going to be $2,500 when I break it down, but we definitely dive into all of these areas that we are discussing here today. So that is the link. If you're interested, you got any questions, we can answer some of those.
I have one question, Freddie.
Yes.
I appreciate what you just did, and I'm open for it. But one of the things, just building the conversation that has been developing, the thing that strikes me, that just hits my nerve right in the center of my chest, is the belief in ourselves. And why I'm saying that is because those are the messages that I'm getting from my family. I mean, when you talked about, when you mentioned, and I was glad that you named it, that we're all hurting, we all have some hurts, and part of those hurts is the healing, and part of the healing has to be looking at changing the belief in ourselves, the belief that we can save ourselves, that we believe that we individually, each one of us, is important. And that, I mean, we can, as much you can, that's the point about seeing how Kamala was able to mobilize all that money. Mm-hmm. People wanted to believe in her, but they didn't believe in themselves. That's what, and I really would like to see that as part of what, how do we put that in this whole frame of money? Because we spend our money in everybody else's community. Mm-hmm. I must sound, I forgive me, but I really think coming to face, how do we feel about ourselves? And I mean, the Clarks back in the 50s did the doll thing, and how the kid, our Black kids chose the white doll. We're still in that thinking. Mm-hmm. We've got to, I mean, we can collect all the money, but if we ain't believing in ourselves, we can't save ourselves. I'm sorry. That's my say.
I think you're on point, sister, because I think it's all in there. Here's the thing. If the matriarch and the patriarch of the family, or the difference maker, or the change agent in the family don't step up, then we're not going to get that belief. Like, somebody's got to step in and change the trajectory of things. And or else we ain't ever going to get there. And I don't believe that it's going to be like a mass acceptance, like all at once. I believe it's got to be a personal decision that somebody's going to bring this to their family. And then we'll start to grow family by family. We talk about here in our space, we talk about working on yourself. So we instilling that belief in yourself, and then working with your family next. So that's the next ring. And we're having those conversations. And as we start to build stronger families build stronger communities, because now these families are interacting and working together, and we're creating spaces for us to start doing that. And then the stronger communities start to create a stronger diaspora, right? So that's our aims from the inside out.
I would like to see, the reason I tuned in here, because I want to see that doing within this group, is mm-hmm. that we're talking in ways that affirms or awakens us to take a look at, I mean, what we say is one thing, but what we feel towards ourselves is another. And how how we can instill that in this group so that we are working on that process. Because you can't give it if you ain't got it. I mean, you can speak, but if it's not there in internalized, it comes across as academic.
Yeah. And that's when I speak to the whole in the person, right? Understanding your history and your culture is the whole. It's the missing piece. Because if you understand that, you just move differently. You are forever changed as a person.
I wish that happened that way.
I don't wish. I think like that's the answer. That's the solution.
Every day.
You say it again?
I see patients every day. I see a lot of Black folk, and I'm dealing with that inferiority. I'm dealing with, and if I can help people to own that, when they can own it, but when they don't own it, but they can speak.
How many of those patients come in, understand their history and culture? That you're talking about that has this missing hole.
They don't come in. They come in. They experience themselves in the terms of the way the system relates to them, and that's not what you are talking about.
No, I'm asking you a different question. When people land in your office,
I think people can talk about Egypt, and they can talk about we are the first man. That's intellectual. And because we all do some of this work. And I'm just telling you about my experience, which tells me that we got to help people to get in touch with loving themselves. And some of them, they can speak. They can say, yeah, we did this, and we got Malcolm X, and we got Martin Luther King, and all that, and we celebrate. But what's there?
Yeah, I think you're missing the connection. But you're at a different level, at a deeper level of work than I am. So what I'm not trying to say is you're wrong. All right, I'm not trying to say that. I think there's an and right here, and I think it is important. And I'm gonna let the
both and I'm with you.
Both and I'm gonna let our therapists in that might be able to connect this, because we literally got a program inside called Loving Ourselves. Like everything, I'm telling you, if you're in the right space, we just might need to articulate it a little bit differently. And perhaps Sister Gwen, can you come on, Sister Gwen? Because this sounds like a perfect opportunity for you to jump in.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I was going to try to be quiet and just listen today, but we do have a program that I developed called it results in loving ourselves, but it's called True Colors. And if you just give me a minute, let me tell you how it was developed and how it was used. Anyway, I developed along with the art, the person who was over art, this program in 2003 in a mental health facility for adults. I was seeing what you're speaking about, Mother Gloria. I was seeing exactly the part of the mental health issues were around the issues of not loving oneself. And I realized that knowing one's history was so important. So anyway, to make a long story short, we developed the program True Colors, where and her issue, the artist, the art department person, she had brought these beautiful crayons so people could color themselves in their shades of browns, and it was beautiful packet of crayons, and the clients weren't using them, and she was saying, "Why aren't the clients using these colors?" And that's how we started True Colors, because I said they are not comfortable with their color because, pardon me, even though the crayons are beautiful, they are not the color. Their color represents something negative for them. So I developed True Colors. We deal with first taking everything away and dealing with the soul. What does first question of True Colors is, what does your soul look like? And we let people uh, uh, look into and discover what do they see their souls as. And when I was working with this first group, they saw their souls as butterflies, rainbows, just beautiful, beautiful streams, and the sun, stars, the moon. They started to discover what they saw their souls as. And so after taking apart that, we started to rebuild them, telling them about their ancient history, telling them about who they were. And I had a pretest. On the pretest, there was this young lady who hated everything about herself from head to toe. You named it, she hated it. Her color, her nose, her hair, everything. And so the program went on. We even had a white gay guy who was involved in the program. And as we completed the program, and we went on week by week and built on it. We have a process in the program that's called praying in the pot. During enslavement, there was a time where the enslaved could not pray out loud because these crazy white masters knew that maybe God would answer the prayer, so they were not allowed to pray. So they would go into the woods and take a big washing pot, fill it with water, and pray over the pot. And it was called praying in the pot. And their prayers they could pray out loud because they couldn't pray out loud in the slave quarter around their master. So they prayed in the pot. So the process is actually taking all of the negative words that people have said about you and writing it down, and either and if you don't have a pot of water, tearing it up, putting it in water, putting it in trash. I wouldn't, it depends on the people. They could actually, put it in a pot and burn it up, but you have to be careful about that. You don't want people burning down their homes or anything like that. And so, but there's a process, and then they get a treasure box, and they put all of the positive words that they could find because they've gone through the process. And I've just given you a little glimpse of the process, but this is so important. And they put down all of their positive words, and then they keep this treasure box. And when something comes up, like somebody using DEA as if they're saying the N word, they can pull out a word that they have developed on their own about themselves, and to carry on. So it's a process, and it's a process where when I have taught it, I taught it for the Urban Intellectual Children in Sankofa Club. I've taught it to the people at my church. There was a time where there was tears and people have to feel that they're in a safe space and place. But afterwards, it is people come out healed, because the same young lady who wrote, she hated everything about herself. When the test was given again, she loved everything about herself from her head to her toe. We address all of that. We address the physical, the spiritual, the physical, the emotional, the mental. And when they come out on the other side, she loved everything about herself. And not only did she love everything about herself, she also started to bring that information to her family. So her family was touched. And hopefully, this has been a while ago, so hopefully that has gone on for generations. So Freddie and I had talked about this, and we are working together with this. And with Urban Intellectual, we have the balm in Gilead. We have the healing piece too, not just the history, but the healing piece too. I've also talked to Dr. Lewis about this. So we have the balm in Gilead. We've done the balm. When I taught it to my class, both classes, people came out healed healed. And sometimes you have to come back for another, just like people need, you need to wash up. Sometimes you could need to come back for another dose, just to go through again. But we have the balm in Gilead. So Urban Intellectual, with the program that I helped to, not help, but I developed, we have the balm. And so what you're looking for, Mother Gloria, we have it.
I want to join you. Can I meet you? Can I talk more with you, Sister Gwen Ebron?
Yes, sure. Can you put your information and give it to I want to say sister, Mr. Miko, and just put it in the chat, and Mr. Miko will get your information to me. Okay.
Hey, this is exciting. I mean, I'm at the right place then.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
This is where I need to be.
Okay. All right. I'm through. Thank you.
We keep trying to tell everybody, but we definitely biased. But this is like the benefit of urban intellectuals, right? Like you see me talking. I be talking a lot, right? Grandma give me permission to be talking a lot, but really the magic is the network of people that we're associated and affiliated with, like Sister Gwen, right? Like we literally have experts on the team that is going to pour into every phase of what we're talking about. But everybody talks. We're not talking, right? Like we are actually doing the work, like Sister Gwen said. Like we got the antidote, right? So I need to do a better job in marketing and putting it out there and all of that. But we literally have the antidote for all of the stuff that is plaguing our community. If we go get down and do the work, because like this is literally what's in the program today. So we talked about wealth building, right? So the Sankofa Circle, y'all will remember I had Ladarius Hunt come through and talk to us about saving, investing, and protecting our wealth through our insurance, how we're going to do that. Well, he's going to be back on the inside of this program going deeper so that you can build out a personal plan for your family. And this is what we're talking about. Then estate planning, we're bringing in estate planning experts. Entrepreneurship, like we're having those conversations and building, but we're building the solutions that we say we need and want, right? So why wait for somebody when we got the network of people that want to be affiliated with us? And like the brother came on earlier talking about the AI summit, like we are forward leaning and serious about bringing in assistance to our community. But this is where I really get excited because we're going deeper with the personalized family action plans, right? So going deeper and creating that structure that y'all hear every week Dr. Anita talk about in their family. I'll be like, man, is she in our meetings watching these notes? But the sister is just serious about creating the legacy inside of her family and setting the blueprint for adults, young adults, the new parents, that next generation to follow so that they don't have to guess and bump their head and make all of these damn mistakes that I think you're talking about the rugged individualism. You got to do it yourself. No, you need to be on a plan that your family done did all the damn mistakes, and we're creating successful systems that we can repeat generation after generation. But that's what's going into this section, right? So we're talking about the family, your family history. Like collecting this information is important so that you can start to identify with who you are and have been on this planet, not just going back to Egypt. So I'm with you, Sister Gloria, on that. Reciting things that are disconnected from who you actually are is cool, but it hit different when you know great granddaddy used to be an architect. Right. And like that, having those stories inside of your family is powerful. So why don't we got a framework around that? Why aren't we serious about collecting the stories from the elders and putting that together? Right. So we're talking about customized family crest. So what I heard Dr. Anita say, I'm texting out what's important to us as a family, right? Having a code of conduct in the family. Well, what if you had a crest that said all of this visually and it like you could wear it on your breast, on your jacket or whatever, your family reunion t-shirts. But to start, like people show up, be like, hey, get on point, right? Get on point. And you got a verge of, and you start to build this mentality in your family, right? And that's what I was kind of alluding to the young sister who's frustrated with her family. Hey, well, you can be that for the next generations moving forward and changes everything, right? So we're pouring into that. And there's so much more. And then, of course, we got the history component on lock with the children. teaching live Black history classes to children, but we're giving you 5 household memberships. So you got multiple grandbabies and houses. You don't got to worry about buying additional things. That house, each household can have access. And I'll let you in on a little secret. If you actually need 6, we'll give you 6, right? Right? Like, but then we need to start solving our own issues and doing these things. And then you'll get 2 memberships into the Sankofa Circle as well as some bonuses, right? I think I got my bonuses up here. So if you decide to join us today, we're going to throw in the African ancestry, right? So like, let's not guess where you're from. Let's go reconnect. So we're going to purchase that for you. Family goal planner. We're getting into the genealogy lesson so that you can start to really build out that deeper family tree. There's just so much more into that. Like I said, Tuesday, I'll do a deeper dive and break down everything, but the price is going to be different. Right. So we're going to $3,500 for a lifetime access. But right now it's $2,500. Today, if you decide to join us, I know it's like a little bit of information you don't really know. Of course, we're going to have our money back guarantee, right? If you don't like it, you can get your money back. I definitely put I put our returns where our mouth is, right? And if you've been operating with us for any length of time, hopefully you appreciate our integrity as an organization. This is our 10th year in business. I honestly didn't realize this was the 10th year. I thought next year was the 10th year. Well, we turn 10, let me say that, in December 2nd of this year. That's the date that I actually incorporated the company. So we're not a fly-by-night organization. We're not just showing up talking. I think y'all see the quality of work that we do. I think you see the passion and how serious we are. And you're starting to get glimpses of the network that I've been talking about. Oh, and before I forget, we taking action today. I got an assignment for everybody, and we're gonna get into that in a second. Dr. Nita, you got a question for me?
Yeah, my question is, am I to safely presume, because you're talking about your network, that a lot of the resources that you're talking about, I know African Ancestry is through the African Ancestry group. So some of these things that you're talking about are through outside connections that you
We're
have?
pulling the resources in.
Okay.
So just like you have a membership into the Sankofa Circle, you'll just have an additional, not a new account. You'll just have an access into a different part, and all of this information is going to be packed back there. But we'll be working with you. Like we got an onboarding call. We got to get this information out of you so that we can start to personalize the information for you and your family.
Right. So like the African Ancestry kit will be through the African Ancestry organization.
Yeah,
that company
we'll
with
just
Dr.
purchase that for you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
send it to you. It'll be a part of it. I
Right.
know Gina personally.
Exactly. I was on the Zoom with her. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my girl. She's in Nigeria right now. So we just talking through the back and forth. Of course, I'm trying to get a volume discount, right? Like, I'm gonna come over. This is business. But worst case scenario, you sign up and like we ain't got that worked out. We just buy it for you, right? Like, so it just is what it is. But I just know this is a nice piece for everything else that we're doing and building around that.
Right. And so like that financial piece will be sort of generated or geared by the gentleman that did the financing and
Not
so
just
forth?
him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What I just showed you is just, we whipped that together real quick. Yeah, no, we cooking, Doc. Like,
Okay.
We cooking back here. Yeah. I'm super excited about this because this is what we need, right? Like we literally talked about it today, right? We need the economic piece, we need our family piece, and I think we need to understand our history. So I think we got a nice program to solve all of that. So I've honestly been sitting on this since like mid last year, right? And I'm like, oh, it's not right. We're not ready, and this and that. So it's time to go. It's like playtime is over. We got to get serious with this, and we diving in, man. But we're the ones we've been waiting for. So like, let's just go get it, Sister Cecilia.
Yeah, I just wanted to make this comment that for those of us who grew up in the Jim Crow South, this taking on our business, our people's business, is what we had to do in the Jim Crow South. And your organization is setting up the different communities that we had to do in order to survive in the Jim Crow South, you know, and it's the elders, depending on where you grew up, and how you grew up is how you deal with the community. And I think it's foreign to those who grew up in the North and who had to deal with being one of few in a lot of situations. So there was not the same kind of community, because in the South, you had to create you had your own libraries, you had uh, your own stores, your own bodegas, your own mechanics and farmers and whatnot, because you were forced to deal with our own people. We were forced to deal with our own people. And this is, I just noticed the difference because I lived in a lot of different places, being the daughter of a Tuskegee Airman and a military brat, one who went to school in New England, in DC, in North Carolina, in Missouri, when things were segregated in Missouri and North Carolina. So I've seen a lot, and know that it's all the same, but it's all very different. So I applaud. I really enjoy the discussions to take part in. I enjoy watching the travel, going on that dream. I can't physically go there and see, but I see on the trips what a rich heritage that we have been denied. So, we got to pull it back, because I definitely feel different about me from learning our history, and I
Gotta get you
see
on one of
where
them
the
trips,
school
man.
system needs to go, or we have to take it over. It used to be in Sunday school, you learned about your history.
Yeah.
But now we got to figure out another way to get the message across.
Yeah.
About how powerful we are and have always been, but had it beaten out of us in a lot of cases. But the whole thing about going around and promoting the hometown heroes, with the libraries and museums, is talking about the goodness, because slavery only talks about how bad it was.
Yeah.
The history talks about how good we are.
Yeah.
And they're trying to deny that, and we can't let them do that to us.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
my stuff.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. We got to get you on one of these trips, though. And for our newbies, I mean, maybe you don't understand, right? I know, like, we sit, me and Tamiko talk about this, and me and Tamiko talk about this, like, man, we don't really promote everything that we do, right? Like, we just assume everybody be knowing the stuff that we do, but Sister Cecilia is talking about our Black History travel experiences, right? So we take people to Africa and travel to African diaspora to see the history up close and personal, so that they can experience it themselves, or at least watch some of the videos that we share. I need to share more from the videos. I like personally, I go on some of the trips. I don't go on all of the trips, but I'll be in Ethiopia next month, right? So I'm super excited about that. That we're just opening up Ethiopia to go have that experience, right? And I may stay a little bit longer. The team don't know nothing about that, so Tamiko, cover your ears. You didn't hear that. It's just hard to go to the continent and come right back, right? Like, oh man, I'm like, I ain't gonna get no Senegalese food. Like, that's crazy. That sounds crazy to me. But it's a beautiful experience to do so. But yeah, we got to do this work, right? We got to do this work. Ain't nobody coming to do it for us. the church is used to. I don't know where they're at. Some of them I've seen some rumblings of it like starting back. But like we talk about, this technology is available, and we're building out a team that's going to make it easy for you, right? Like we get your children involved, you get your grandchildren involved, we get them in front of Sister Gwen. We didn't even talk about the leadership program that's built inside of the Sankofa Club, which is a beautiful thing that Sister Gwen is doing. Her work deserves a bigger platform, right? So that's my pledge this year, is to create a bigger platform so the world can really see what she is doing and get involved with it. And that's what like an investment with urban intellectuals means, right? Because the dude in the White House ain't about to let up. I think he's been in there 13 days, right? It feels like 13 months already. He's not going to let up. So I don't think that we can. But in supporting organizations like this, getting involved just gives us more resources to do more, right? If you like what you're seeing now, just imagine if we had 1,000 people like y'all, right? If we had 1,000 people. What if we had 1,000 people on this call, right? What could we do? How could we mobilize and like really impact change and do things? And this is what I'm thinking, because we don't need 10 million people. We can take 10 million people, but 1,000 people dedicated and like working in the same aim, we can move mountains, like literally. And that whole $55 million or whatever they raised in the night for Kamala was really 1,000 people, influential individuals getting on board and being serious about pushing something for a politician. I gotta think we can get 1,000 people serious about impacting our families, impacting ourselves. But I'm really, really excited about, how do I raise my hand to speak? Evelyn, just go ahead and unmute since I just saw you. But if you down in the bottom, if you click the 3 dots, there should be a raise hand or react. It says react, and then you can raise your hand from there. Did I get that right?
Okay.
There you go.
I don't see it. So I have to get one of them young people. I get one of them young people to show me how when they be over here.
That's what
But
we
what
need.
I want to say is this. This is what I'm doing through Black History Month. And please, y'all, go look at the page, because I can tell from our groups that y'all got. Stop saying his story, because it's full of lies. We need to start telling our story.
I swear, y'all be in my stuff, right?
No, this is something that I have been trying to get people to do for the last 15 years. So what I did today, I didn't wait on anybody. Well, I actually started yesterday. And what I'm trying to get people to do, when you were growing up, what did somebody on your block that everybody knew they could go to for help? Why you aren't talking about them? That's our story. When I grew up, we could only spend our money within 5 blocks of where we live to ensure that those stores stayed there. We're not teaching that anymore. We had community listening ears, people who would listen to you. We need to start telling our story and stop telling his lies.
I like it.
So, and if you will go on the page, you will see I even called out some families and told them they need to tell about what they people do. Okay? We need the young people to know our story, what really happened to us.
Right.
And you know what? I don't even get in them conversations about Trump no more. When people go to talking, complaining to me, you know what I ask them? Did you vote for him? And if they say yes, I say, then you got what you asked for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't have time to waste on him.
Yeah. So we.
And what I'm hoping that I can get these seniors in this group to do, and I mean starting tomorrow. And I need any of y'all in Chicago, some of you men.
I'm in Chicago.
I want to teach the children how to make incense burners. Well, it only costs them $3 to make. But I need the help of some men to show them how to do it, because I cannot run a drill.
Okay. All right, well, listen, I got like short time, probably. I got 27 minutes
So
left.
no, we'll talk some other time.
Hmm?
Cause I like this group. Cause y'all don't be playing.
Good, good. I like it. Okay, thank you, sister. Tamiko, did you say, yeah, if you scroll down, Terry, it say 3,500 at the top. When you scroll down and get ready to put in your information, you'll see the coupon code that's been automatically added, and it'll drop down to 2,500. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Now I did want to get because that's what we've been talking about. Action, right? Solutions. And I know like we've been talking. And listen, y'all, Tamiko checked me. I'll be honest, y'all. I just be doing what Tamiko be making me do. Right. So she checked me and said, hey, we ready for some action, Freddie. Like, come on with this. We've been talking about it. We've been doing these things. So, oh man. I should have queued that up. Oh, all right. One of these days, I'm going to get my whole life together and we're going to really cook. But if you can, please join us on our YouTube page. I just dropped our YouTube link. And if you don't join us in the membership today, please follow us on YouTube. And I say that because over there, I have a rant that I put on about going to the Blacksonian, right? And it's called What I Hate About the Blacksonian. And I just said it. But if y'all remember, this is that link to that particular video. I didn't like it because how they started with slavery, right? And you know, the whole argument, I just smashed all of that, right? Oh, it's an African American museum, Freddie. Why would it start in Africa? Because when you go to that basement, it starts in Africa, right? It literally does start in Africa, right? So that's the ridiculous thing. But it takes no context to who the people were stolen, because they didn't go human trafficking African Americans. They went human trafficking the Mende, the Wolof, the Fulani. They went and stole people with language, history, and culture. And to build a big museum that basically ignores all of that and reinforces that we're just the descendants of slaves is ridiculous. So we decided to have a letter writing campaign. We're going to write and write and write because this is garbage. We're going to tell our own story, right? We're going to tell our own. I love the sister. She said we got to tell our story. Yeah, I literally got a lecture called "Our Story Started Before Slavery," right? Literally is part of our Mende. Hey, cousin, how you doing? I'm Mende as well, right? But we literally got our own story, right? So this big piece of propaganda is cute, but is actually undermining our future. So we're starting our letter writing campaign there. So this is the thing that we're doing this week, right? So hopefully each week we have a different action coming out of Sunday dinner that we're going to do each and every week, right? So we're going to touch into politics, right? Y'all will never, ever, ever, if you hear urban intellectuals endorsing a candidate, we've been hacked. You're not going to hear me endorsing the candidate. You're going to hear me talking about political education so that you're more intelligent about making your own decisions, right? I ain't getting into the argument over left versus right because I don't believe either party has our interests at heart. I believe if you want to join a party, you better join our party, right? Not urban intellectuals. I'm talking about the Africans in America that's been undermined, right? We need to figure out how to best serve ourselves. But political education, financial education. So I'll challenge you to gather paperwork inside of your family over what are you doing? What are we getting together, right? Maybe we're putting our will together collectively as a group, or whatever the case may be. We're going to challenge each other on family relationships and family dynamics, right? Make that call, make that apology that you know you need to do, right? Let's challenge one another to be the change that we want to see, right? So these are just some of the things that I want to see come out of our Sunday dinner movement. What you can get from us is a promise to continue to triple down and build this space, right? I am going to grow this space. And some of y'all been inboxing me on the side over here, and I appreciate you challenging me to be a better moderator. Hey, we on a schedule. You got to cut them off a little bit. We got to control that. Hey, I'm not opposed to correction, right? I am here to grow. I want to be better. This is not, we didn't really plan this, right? I just kind of started doing this thing and really enjoy the space. And we see the feedback and the hurt in the community. We need safe spaces like this, but I want to continue to grow it with the right people. So I want to encourage you to share it, but I do definitely want action to come out of this. So we're just starting with a simple letter writing campaign. So Tamiko dropped the link down there. We wrote the letter out. We're just asking that you download the letter, put your name in, sign, and mail the copy. And it's hashtags, and we can do all of that. And is it gonna make them do anything? No, not yet. Right? But we're gonna be persistent on this thing. And as we continue to grow this platform, we can get more and more people. And then maybe we move to build our own damn museums, right? Like Sister was already talking about it in Detroit, right? I heard that earlier today. So maybe we just start, maybe we say forget them, right? And start to tell our own stories, which is, where I lean anyway. I heard somebody mentioned earlier there, Garvey, I am too, right? I believe in us. That's why you're not going to hear me talk in politics. I'm not saying don't be involved in it. I ain't trying to get in your way about none of that. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, right? Because I know these people don't have I believe these people don't have our deep interests at heart. Let me put it that way. Sister Gloria, you got your hand up. Let me let you jump in here.
Oh, I didn't take it down before, but my question was, I'm just speaking from my own personal finances right now. That's beyond my budget right now, but I'm excited about participating. This has been very enlightening, and I just kind of figure out how I can participate and pay my share as as I grow into the organization. So I don't know if there's a way that you have standardized to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Miss Gloria. So we have a, a membership. So you can just join the Sankofa Circle. If you'd like to do that, we do still have the monthly plans available. It just won't include all of, the features that we talked about today. But the Sankofa Circle is a phenomenal membership in itself, because our members get access to exclusive interviews. You get, I'm actually in the process of scheduling some pretty cool people. You'll have exclusive access to attend and ask questions live. So we have that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I put my number for, what's the sister's name? That I was, Sister Gwen.
Sister Gwen. Yes.
That she responded to me, and I put my number because I want to talk with somebody that,
Yeah. Also, Tamiko, can you reach out to her as well? Sister Gwen is amazing. And it's great, but Sister Tamiko handles all of the programming that we do inside of the company. So you definitely can talk to her as well. Okay. Would the specials like AI classes be part of the membership, or would that be separate? Ramona, that's going to be separate, but those conversations around AI, the AI membership that we offered is separate. But there'll definitely be some AI conversations on the inside of that, particularly centered around the entrepreneurial discussions. And hopefully what y'all gather from me is when you go in there on day one, it ain't going to be the same on day 100, right? Like we're going to continue to grow and build out that back end. So I hesitate to say, oh, no, that ain't in there, because I know how important of a piece that is. And I got the intimate relationship with Sister Alicia, who is, I don't even know if you can handle all of that AI impact that she's getting. But I want our families to win. So AI is an important piece of that. I just can't say that particular program will be in there, right? Because she did something special for us for that. That was a good question. I'm asking my kids to all chip in on it with me. I love that. It would be a benefit for the family. Yeah. I mean, they put some skin in the game, because I tell you, some of the grandparents that get involved in the Sankofa Club get frustrated because they're purchasing that for their grandbabies, but then their daughter or their son ain't engaging. So then they mad, right? Because they like, my grandbaby need this, right? They need this information. So you definitely want to get the families on board, but that's why we're trying to give multiple accesses so that they can log in and they can go directly. But I love making them chip in on it, right? Like it just kind of makes sense. So Dr. Anita, I don't know if I think you might be a lifetime member. If you're a lifetime member of our Sankofa Circle, so we'll take that off of your price. Tamiko, I don't know how you want to handle that. Should she just like maybe shoot an email and then we have to send you a special link with your price reduction?
Yes.
Yeah. And just shoot the email today. What, you know, you and Tamiko cool. Y'all cool. So, yeah.
Dr. Anita, you have my number, so.
Yeah, yeah. So that you can make that happen. So if y'all already lifetime members, that 2,500 ain't 2,500 no more, right? So you've already paid into it. And I can't make a promise that forever that's going to be the thing, right? But I know today this is how we're rolling it out. Because especially as we continue to pile in more and more value into this thing, but I want to get him off the ground first, right? So I appreciate y'all, you know, for considering joining us with basically, you know, I just posted the link, right? Like, you know, but we're building credibility. That's what I keep saying. 10 years in and we're still building our credibility. But I want you to trust me to do the right thing by you. And I want you to hold me accountable if I don't, right? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being chin checked, right? Like we gotta get it. My mama ain't around no more. She back here, but don't believe me, daddy will say something too now, right? And I definitely got to do them honorable and proud. So you hold me to it. If you feel any inkling, speak up and say something, right? Because then something just may be off, right? Our systems may be broken or something, but we're gonna go out of our way to make sure that you're great. But okay, yeah, Sister Tamiko, thank you for that. So if you're interested in learning more about the program, hey Freddie, I like you, I like what you're doing. That's a lot of money. I ain't ready to jump in tonight. This Tuesday, I'll be doing a deeper dive into the specifics of it. But like I said, the price gonna go up, right? Like we're going to 3,500. That's where I'm headed to with this because of all of the things that we got into the back end of that. But you know, our people that rock with us and trust us, you know, you can always get a discount and you know, you get your money back guarantee, right? Like we come up short, I don't got no problem cutting your money back. I'd rather have you think that I'd rather have you believe in my integrity than to have the $2,500, right? Like that's more important to me because we building a business that's going to be around for hundreds of years, right? So we need especially that next generation, they got to be taught that hey, urban intellectuals is trustworthy as well. So that's where I'm going with that. All right,
Freddie, I just wanted to jump in. I'm sorry. If anyone, because Freddie has to go, if anyone has any specific questions, I can hang around for a little bit afterwards to answer your questions with regard to the offer and the classes. I'm not sure if this was answered already because I was talking with my daughter, but someone had put in that their granddaughter is busy and would she be able, if she joined the Sankofa Club, would she be able to attend with her if she gets the package? And yes, once you're a member of either the Sankofa Club or Sankofa Circle or the Ultimate Legacy Program, you will have access to attend all the live classes, and you'll be also have access to all of the replays. The Sankofa Club has over 430 classes already pre-recorded in there, so you'll have access to that. You could go all the way to the beginning and have your grandchild start there and attend the live classes as well. Like it's just ongoing, and they can, whatever questions that they have, they can always bring those questions to class. And then for the Sankofa Circle for adults, same thing. You can attend the live classes anytime and catch the replays, write your questions down, bring them to class for Dr. Aiden and Mrs. Gwen.
Yeah, thank you for that, Tamiko. And right, because I know like you new people, you don't even know what we're talking about, right? Like you're like, oh, what? Like what is happening here, right? So I understand that. And probably today's offer probably ain't for you, right? Like I don't know. I don't know how you maybe you came in, you just got super comfortable and you like, oh, I'm in. Like, let's go. I mean, you're welcome, but I understand that I didn't really say nothing, right? I just showed you something, I put up a number and then I just kind of moved on, right? So I understand this is your first time. Hey, all right. Before you jump out the window, right? Like I'm hooked on that Jay-Z quote. Before I jump out the window, what's your name, right? So like it's cool. I understand, right? That's why this is low pressure, no pressure. I just wanted to make it available. But like I said, the people that show up and know who we are and what we are into, this is what we're offering next, right? And this is where we're going, because we keep hearing, man, talking about it is cool, but I need to take some action. Talking about it is great, but my family dysfunctional. Talking about it is cool, but what are all these things that I need to do? So we've been listening and listening and listening, and now we're just rolling out the program. So if this is your first time, second time here, I understand, right? Hopefully I make you jump, right? You come and join us. But come around Tuesday, right? I'll do a deeper analysis of it. But I love what you do. Yeah, Caden 4, I understand, right? I mean, it's not a little bit of an investment, right? And it's not our only offering, right? Like right now, if you go to our website, urbanintellectuals.com, you can get our flashcards, our games, our playing cards, all of this for $10 a deck, right? So we have a variety of offers, right? We got 19 physical products centered around Black history and culture. We got 2 memberships that teach Black history to children, and then one that teach Black history to adults. And then we take people on Black history travel experiences throughout Africa and beyond. And now we're introducing our ultimate legacy building formula to kind of bring it all together. So there are different levels that you can engage the company in, and we're not going to slow down, right? We're not going to slow down. Y'all, if you met earlier, you saw I'm serious about making the Sunday dinner experience live. It's going to be dope. It's going to be amazing, but we're building this community of people that are action takers. So I mentioned our target, right? That's what we're going to call it. I'm making that up now. We're going to call it our target, right? We're starting with ourselves. We're going to pour and instill this information in ourselves. We're going to spread it to our families. And then we're going to functional families, let's hear that, is going to start to get together and to start creating stronger communities, right? So this live piece, this what I was getting at with, hey, would you come to Chicago? Would you come to Philly? Would we engage? Just imagine being in a group of people. We get 5 people, 10 people, 20 people together that are serious about this, and we start to build our relationships together. Now we can start to coalesce and build and grow. We spread that to our families. We start to do family trips, family events. Now the families are getting together. This is the community. We just got to start locking elbows together, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? We're creating I'm not waiting for nobody else either. We're creating our own families, our own extended families and communities. So this is where I'm going with this, right? Oh, I love the history. I love that. Well, we got to expand outside of that. My folks need to understand this money. Okay, let's bring some of that in. Oh, my folks need to understand how to pass a legacy down. We need to start building out stuff like that. Oh my God, my people need connection. They need to come together with other like-minded people, because we out here drowning individually and thinking that you are the pariah because all these people around you is hypnotized with materialism, sports, celebrity. I don't know what folks are into now, right? But wouldn't you rather be around like-minded people? So instead of wondering where they are, I just figured let's create our own group, right? So we're coming together over those things, right? Yeah, wearing your family crest on your shirts, right? Instilling that pride. We just gonna move differently. And it's up to us, right? Because nobody's coming to do this work for us. All right, I got a little fired up. I didn't mean to go that far. Did I see a question? Email. Okay, so we got an email question I would like to answer to question 2. This may be a back office different logins. Littles have access to one of those. Yeah. Let me see if I get that right, Adela. I know this may be back, but is it possible to have different logins for? Yes. Yeah. You will. Okay, she's asking, is it possible to have different logins for the littles? Yeah. So we'll have multiple logins for you, Adela, so that you can give them for them, and you will have one yourself and all that good stuff, right? So hopefully I answered that correctly. And if you need more, just email Tamiko, right? I love what you're doing. Okay, I got that question. Yeah, I got to get my crest together. I'm coming in flossing mine first, so I'm super excited about that. Okay, so if you have any other questions, because I'm 8 minutes on the clock and I'm gonna dash up out of here. But I look forward to seeing y'all in the program. If not, hopefully you sign up Tuesday. We go a little bit deeper on it, and you're going to see more and more of that conversation coming. But can I say that? More frequently at Sunday dinners, we're going to start having more action plans on things that we can do together, this collective action, right? Because I love the conversations. We need this therapy. I think this is important. I think this space is important. I'll get better at moderation and keeping it going. But I think that this is an important piece to what Urban Intellectuals is doing. And I feel like it's something that we're missing. But I feel like we got some magic here. Right? I feel like this is magic. We get to sit down with the elders. We get to listen. We get history. We get compassion. We get stories. We get inspiration. Sometimes we get the younger generation that come in and be vulnerable about, how they feel the elders are treating them, right? So we get intergenerational conversations. It's just an important space and one that I haven't found anywhere. Will Tuesday's presentation be recorded? Yes, it will. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to jump in there real quick to share with everyone here. So a few weeks ago, we had the honor of having Papa Taylor in our presence. That was incredible. And then maybe a week or so after that, we had the Sankofa Club kids, and which has now been renamed the Sankofa Nation, but we're working on all that stuff.
Yeah.
We don't want to confuse you. But the Sankofa Nation is our nation building program within the Sankofa Club, right? So it's leadership and nation building. And the children met with Miss Gwen, and they took a vote, and they want to start coming to the Sunday dinners. So they're going to commit to coming a certain amount of times for the month. So we think that's important for them to be around the elders, and it's important for us to be around them. And so it's like the Montessori experience of Black history and Black community and family. So I just wanted to share that with the family.
Somebody asked, is there for an age limit, Tamiko?
So the Sankofa Club, really it ranges. We have children as young as 4 in there, and we have some preteens as well, around 14. So it's really up to you in what you want to expose them to. We know that children rise to the occasion, and our children are so intelligent. Like, we literally believe our children are born geniuses. And so it's a safe space. And I would just bring them in, because if, say they're 4 years old and they see adorable Jaden and Peyton and Stefan and the other kids and our beautiful little queen right now, it's just a great experience for them. So bring them, and if they decide that, their attention spans are too short, that's fine. They'll hear it around. It sinks in.
Yeah, and I think it's important that we bring them and allow them to see civil discussion, which is why we gotta exit some individuals, right?
Right.
Let's keep civil discussion amongst ourselves. We can have intellectual debate and banter respectfully. All of that can happen. So I'm super excited about that. Stefan would be, all this. Yeah, he got to do his work. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, appreciate y'all for being here. I think I appreciate all of the work Sister Tamiko does. I always try to make sure I uplift her because she's really like the rubber behind this machine. Again, y'all will see me talking. I'll be talking, right? Tamiko be working and be making it happen. It's not just her, it's the rest of the team as well that y'all don't see. So it's really a testament. The work is a testament to them. I got the easy part. I get to just run my mouth. I was born with this banter, right? But speaking of which, I got to get out of here in just a minute. But I want to say happy Thanksgiving, happy Black History Month to you. And I want to just share. This is my last share. And Tamiko says she's going to stick around for a minute. I'm going to start putting my clothes on while this plays. But I had an opportunity to speak on the news yesterday. What's that, yesterday? Friday. Yesterday. Man, Trump got me thinking, and we about 13 months in to this year. But this was yesterday on Fox News. So check your emails. We're going to send this out. And I'll be on ABC News coming up this week. So we do better job of alerting y'all. But man, like this movement is happening. It's rolling. And we're not just talking, man. We're not just talking. I understand a lot of people on this internet talk crazy. We out here in action. But check out this quick segment. And I appreciate y'all joining us. Tamiko's going to stick around for a moment. I'm going to be quiet. Oh, I ain't even got that.
They're Black
Thank you,
History
Freddie.
flashcards created by
Thank you.
Urban History Month. We are honoring that history with a special educational tool. They're Black History flashcards created by urban intellectuals to help create conversation during this special month and all year long. With us now to explain more is Freddie Taylor, the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Good morning, Freddie. How are you?
I'm great.
History Month, we are honoring that history with a special educational tool.
Sorry about
They're
that.
Black History flashcards created by urban intellectuals to help create conversation during the. Now to explain more is Freddie Taylor, the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Good morning, Freddie. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing today?
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for being with us. First, tell us about Urban Intellectuals. What is this?
Our Urban Intellectuals makes it fun and easy to learn Black history. That is our mission. That is our core responsibility. And we created a suite of Black history products and services designed to rewrite the narrative about Black and African people in the world.
Obviously very important. How'd you come up with the idea for Urban Intellectuals?
Oh, I love to say that it started almost 100 years ago because my father's 95 years old. He's still alive, born in 1929, but he instilled in me the importance of the pride and respect that it instills inside of us. And while my children were circulating through the school, at the limited discussion about the contributions to humanity that Black people have made were minuscule at best. And I kept thinking somebody should do something, somebody should do something. In 2016, I became somebody.
You were the somebody that did something, right? And typically, probably the conversations were in February.
Yes, typically centered around February, centered around the same 8 to 12 people every single year, which no disrespect to them and their contributions, which is amazing, but there's so much more.
Cool product.
Thank you.
That kind of makes it fun, right? Makes it fun. Tell me about your flashcards.
There are 52 cards in each deck. There's actually 6 in the series, so we have
6 volumes.
6 volumes. The conversation centered around Black and African contributions to humanity. I like to have that conversation because this is really the story of the world, right? Black history is world history, and too often it's the missing pages of world history. So
And I see on here 1968 Olympics.
Yes.
Bessie Coleman, Black Wall Street. So just all different things to kind of bring it to light.
Bring it to light, and expand the conversation in a easy to understand format. Because on the back of the cards are just simple bullet pointed information about the people. And the first time that you're exposed to it, it just opens your mind and makes you more curious and thirsty for
Right. Who are these for?
Everyone. We have people who are using them with their young children, as young as 18 months. Happy there with my father's age because most of us aren't exposed to this information, so it's new to all of us.
That's fun.
Yes, so we infuse Black history and culture into everything that we do. So instead of playing with a regular deck of playing cards, we have powerful Black imagery weaved into the playing card deck.
Exposure. What is this? This looks like fun.
Yes.
I don't know how you do a mystery puzzle, though.
You don't, so that's the challenge, but I can tell you there's Black history wrapped up inside.
Sure, okay. Is it all the same, or is every box different?
The future editions will be different. This particular one is the same right now, but as we expand the line, we're definitely going to do more.
Right. And what else? You guys aren't just in the playing card and flashcard business.
Physical products centered around Black history and culture, but we take it a step further, and we have classes that we teach inside of the Sankofa Club. You can see that at sankofaclub.com, and to adults as well inside of our Sankofa Circle. But we don't stop there. We actually take people on Black history travel experiences to Africa and beyond.
That's so great. What do people, how do people, when they come back from something like that, how do they?
Oh, it's totally transformed, because it's one thing to learn about the history and the culture. It's another thing to go see it and experience it for yourself. Be exposed to the food, the culture, the people. It's just a beautiful conversation. You come back changed.
Yeah, I bet. And you've been on several of these, I presume.
I have. I really enjoy it. I love watching the people have these experiences and go through these breakthroughs and breaking down the misconceptions about the world.
Where can we go for more information about Urban Intellectuals?
You can go to On all platforms, we are Urban Intellectuals.
Okay, perfect. And you got some of these for the month? You're stocked up?
We are stocked up and
All
ready.
right.
Got a special $10 offer for everybody that's going, $10 per deck. Normally that's not the price. We're about 66% off with this special, so take advantage during Black History.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much.
All right. So if anyone has any questions or has anything that they want to say or share, I am able to stay. It was incredible spending this time with you all. It really is a highlight of my week.
Hello, is there not going to be a Sunday dinner today?
Today we did have Sunday dinner. Freddie just had to leave early, so we started around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time today, and we're ending now. But I'm free to stay on if anyone has any questions.
At 12:30. I thought you started 3.
We normally do. We normally start at 3, but today Freddie and his beautiful wife she has something that she has to go to, and he's going to support her. So
Well, I wasn't notified. You didn't want to have people there, right?
oh, we sent out the emails. We definitely sent out the emails to everyone.
I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It may have, landed in your spam or something like that, but we'll be back again next week, okay?
Okay, what is your email address? If you want to talk to Freddie directly, what do you do?
You would have to contact support@urbanintellectuals.com, or you can go through me, Tamiko@urbanintellectuals.com, and that's TAMEKO@urbanintellectuals.com. And they'll get the emails either to myself or Freddie, and we'll take it from there. Is that Miss Dale?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Awesome.
I'm busy today, getting things together. I'm working on a devotional. I think you heard about it, Hopes for the Immaterial. I'm going to make that a devotional. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or give it away yet.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Glad to, hear your voice today.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. See ya. Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, just wanted to double check. I know I'm a charter member where I'm part of the Sankofa Circle, so if I'm interested in the deal that was offered today, you will have already recognized it, and I'll sort of know what my additional discount would be.
Yes. So do you know if you are an annual member? I mean, a lifetime member, or?
I think I started at the very beginning.
Okay, so you might be the very beginning is the annual. So
Right.
just
Okay.
send the email to support, go through support@urbanintellectuals.com.
Okay.
And just in the email, just say that you are a current member of the Sankofa Circle, and you
Okay.
would like to take advantage of the Ultimate Legacy. Actually, email me because it might not get through till tomorrow. So email me,
Okay.
Tamiko. It's TAMEKO. I'll put it in the chat. TAMEKO@urbanintellectuals.com.
Yeah,
And
I think I sent you something earlier about vacation or about travel. So I think I have your email.
okay, perfect. And then what you do is just make sure your phone number is on there. So because
Okay.
it's easier for me to just call you sometimes if we're having trouble,
Okay.
and we'll take it from there. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. There you go. All right, perfect. Keisha, perfect. That's fine. Take care, Mr. Trot. I don't see the hand, but I would like to speak. Hold on one moment, Miss Evelyn. Let me just make sure. Bye, Dr. Anita. Let's see. So Ramona, I can pull up the account area to show you a sample class. Just give me a moment. And thank
Reminder,
you.
we'll have a 14-day money back guarantee.
Who's that, Freddie?
Yeah, doing the most, just talking to. I walked by. I was like, oh, let me just say something.
I'm like, ooh, someone sounds just like Freddie.
That's my AI Freddie.
Right. But yes, we do. We have a 14-day money back guarantee. So you know, come in, kick the tires, click every button, attend the live classes. And if you decide, and that is one of the caveats, you have to attend one of the lives, okay? But yeah, and you decide that you don't want to continue, send us an email and you are free to go. And we refund you your money. So we are very serious about that. Like Freddie said, his integrity is it's worth more than whatever you'll pay. I'm also an annual. So yeah, so if you're an annual member, a lifetime member, just send an email to Tamiko at urbanintellectuals.com and we will get you a link to for you to pay the difference. So
Tamiko?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Jan. Sorry, I had my hand up, but
Mhm.
I can go ahead. I'm just curious about the travel. Is that a part of this particular program? Would travel be discounted in any way? Because I am looking at taking a trip, maybe 25, 26 with Urban Intellectuals.
So this doesn't have a discount attached to it. So yeah, that wasn't one of the bonuses for this.
Okay, thank
So
you. Give thanks.
You're welcome. Just stay tuned to our Tuesday meetings with Freddie and Ashley, and they will always offer, whatever the current specials are. Those happen on Tuesdays.
Okay.
All right. Miss Cecilia?
Oh yeah, I've got two questions.
Sure.
One, is it possible to send the Sunday dinner announcement maybe on Saturday? Because like the announcement about the change in time was at 8:43 this morning.
So
And a lot of us don't, we don't automatically think check your emails.
Right.
And thinking that the program started at 3, I checked the emails at 1 o'clock.
Right.
So I was already late because I hadn't checked the emails.
Right. We will definitely do better with that. Sometimes I have to wait to find out what the topic is going to be. So, if I get that late, then things go out later, but we'll try to, the goal is to get it out by Wednesday, actually.
Really? Oh.
That's the goal, to get it out by Wednesday.
Wednesday, no later. An attainable goal.
Yeah. And then the other challenge sometimes is our technology, and we have no control over this. Sometimes we have, if we email it to like the whole list, it takes hours for the emails to go out and then it ends up coming late, and it's because it's not something that we press the button and it instantly happens. And we have sometimes it's instant, sometimes it's on a delay. So that's why ideally Wednesday, Thursdays is the goal to notify you guys.
Okay. And the second question is, I'm not sure exactly what my membership status is. I think I have the 2-year.
Okay, so you too, Miss Cecilia, just send me if you have my phone number. I think you have my phone number. But anyway, send me an email or call me, Tamiko at urbanintellectuals.com. Make sure you put your phone number in there and the name, and if the email that you're emailing me from is not the email on the account, put the email that's on the account, and I'll figure out what your membership is and then tell you what the difference will be. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay. All right, Miss Evelyn.
I just would like to know, the people that do the classes with the young people.
Yes.
Do they know that Kwanzaa is not a Black Christmas? Kwanzaa was designed to teach values and traditions. And the
Right.
draping and crowning ceremony that they do when the children learn. I'm the person that wrote the book for it. If we exchange numbers, and I don't do the internet at home, but I can take pictures of the book and text them to you or email them to you, because I do email on my phone.
Well, Miss Evelyn, did you copy my email address down?
Wait a minute, let me go back and look. And you know I'm old.
Okay, get a pen and I'll tell it to you.
And say, okay, old lady, write this down.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, so now also, and there are actually I have 7 different books about emotional training. I even have a book that teaches Black women how to do outreach. I don't mind sharing it with our group.
Awesome.
So ladies, let me just tell you, I know the last time we was talking about the Speak Life Days, number 1 rule when women go out to do outreach, never, ever take a purse with you. You're required by law to have identification, so put your ID in your back pocket and you a couple of dollars. If you got your purse with you, lock it in the car, in the trunk.
Thank you, Miss Mama E. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna write that stuff down, and I will put my telephone number in and my email address in the what you call it.
Okay, so write down my email address. It's T. You have a pen and paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, TAM as in Mary, EKO Tamiko, and that's at urbanintellectuals.com.
Urban Intellectuals.
With the S.
.com.
That was excellent advice, Mama E. All right, so I want to take the next person, Miss Ari Matthews. And Mama E, when you send an email, make sure you just in the email include your contact information, your phone number and everything, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, the next person, okay, she took her hand down. All right. So yes, today's Sunday dinner started earlier today at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it ended early because Freddie and his wife Crystal have somewhere to be. But next weekend we should be at our regular time at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you who didn't get the information, just check your emails. We'll be sending an invite to Tuesday to find out about our Ultimate Legacy program. If you want to find, in-depth details about it, Freddie will have a better presentation. Oh yes, Miss Alry, you can unmute.
Hi, I've paid for a year and I didn't know that there was a lifetime. How much is the lifetime?
Okay, so we just revealed a lifetime offer today. So if you join Tuesday, it'll be $3,500. If you join today, it's a $1,000 discount at $2,500, and you get the lifetime membership to the Sankofa Circle, which is the adult Black History program, and also the Sankofa Club, which is the Black History Club for children and tweens. And you also get our wealth building and legacy component as well. And it expires tonight at midnight, so that's $2,500 for today. There are payment plans, and I'll share the link in case you're interested.
Okay, all right. No, I wouldn't be interested in the lifetime right now. But I thank you for the info.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And those of you, like I said, we have a monthly membership as well to either program. If it's the lifetime is not something that you could afford, we understand. And both programs are phenomenal. Let's see. Bye, Miss Ramona. Take care. All right. If there are no more questions, I will close out. Go ahead.
Sorry. Do you prefer us to text you or or email you because I'm a member also. I don't know exactly when it expired.
Okay.
Due to lifetime.
Yeah, so you already have my number?
Yes.
Okay, if you already have my number, boy, I tell you, that number is getting out there, boy. If you already have my number, yeah, send me a text message or email to Miko@urbanintellectuals.com and we'll figure it out. I won't be contacting you guys probably until later this evening, just because I have to get ready to drop my daughter. She has her job that she has to get ready for.
Okay.
And so, but I'll definitely contact you before midnight. So if you decide that this is for you, you can take advantage of it.
Okay, because I'm definitely doing it. I just want to know if.
All right. Who is this? I'm sorry. I don't even.
Karen.
Oh, Karen. Okay, Karen Carrington. Okay, perfect. All right,
Thank
Karen. You're welcome. My pleasure. All right. If no one else has any questions for me, I want to wish you a great rest of your Sunday. Be safe, stay positive, and it is my honor and privilege to serve you, right? So, as Freddie says, see you next time, and love, peace, and power to the people. Love you guys.
Love ya.
Bye.
Hotep, blessings to all.
Listen, both parties tend to come out for these types of party committee meetings, and the Democratic